Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video I wanted to share some ideas on butterflies. So in yesterday's free video we had shared the idea here in IBM where we're basically offering the iron fly out, trying to position ourselves here around 150. So we got filled on that today, got a little bit more of a credit here on the put side, but that's perfectly fine. I like sharing the idea of entering these positions. Say for example you want to take a maximum of 3 contracts. We'll enter with 1/3 of that and then give yourself the rest of that capital to work around it. So IBM was down today, and as it continues to fall, all I'm thinking about is at what point might I be able to add in another half of the 150, 145 put credit spread. That adds obviously more risk to the trade, but it helps us take in a little bit more premium on that side, and then if it can tag this 21 EMA, from there I would look for it to catch a bid and move into 150. So that's a spot where we've been filled on that idea. I wanted to follow up on it, and then I will continue to hold that into next week. A fresh place that we looked at this was here in WYNN. You'll notice that I try to do these in areas where you have psychology or big round numbers, 50, 100, 200, etc., with the idea that the stock could chop around those prices. Now, when we looked at WYNN today, this was very strong, and we had a couple different trade ideas that we looked at around it. But it's a great place to put on the exact same strategy and then look for consolidation into tomorrow. I mean, this is some really great premium with only 1 day to go. So what we've done here is exactly the same idea, because from one perspective you would look at it and say, you know, the stock is obviously very well bid and it's strong, so why would you want to fight it? But then on the flip side, it has met extensions and we have key resistance overhead. I think between those two trains of thought and then also finding it so close to $100, that's the perfect type of setup to see it consolidate there. So we took in a $2.10 credit on this. What you try to do with these is take your profits at half of the premium we sold it for. So here at 210, try to buy it back somewhere around $1, and I think that's a great way to participate in those for very short-term trades, and I think that will also be valid into next week's expiration. The last one I wanted to share with you was Expedia. So both of those were neutral, and the idea is just placing them around those psychological levels and seeing if it can consolidate. For Expedia, this is a spot where I would play it a little bit more directionally. So when you look at this chart, the first thing that I see, and of course all of these may not work, so always think about your position size as you start to take the risk. I'm looking at this area saying it has had pretty good support there, but if it can break, I think we're going to make a quick trip down into what I look at in every chart, and that is the 618 of the previous major swing, and that's going to land you right there around 99.95. If you take the swing low to high of the previous swing, you'll also notice that the 618, or the 1618 extension of that, matches up pretty well with it, and it is a psychological area right around 100. So with something like this, I would not take it for the neutral play, because 103, where we're at right now, is not our neutral price. We would want to see it move lower down into 100. So the play here would be a little bit more, obviously these are the April monthlies, and then coming down into the 100 strike, and then I like to look at buying these and positioning them $3 wide to start. If I can pay in the lower third of that range, it usually gives me a pretty decent edge in the trade, and trading here at 53 cents, it absolutely does that. So at a 53-cent debit, you would need to see it drop about $1 to get down into your break-even price. As it nears these targets into expiration, that's where your butterfly will really become the best, and the 15-minute squeeze here might be the catalyst to get that going tomorrow. So those are some of the ideas I have into the last trading day of the week, kind of a continuation into the April monthly expiration, and I hope you guys found that helpful. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you at the next free video.